This is the story of the courageous three Hebrew young men. Captives in a foreign land, long ago, the mighty Babylonian Empire conquered Jerusalem. Among the captives taken to serve in King Nebuchadnezzar's palace were three young Hebrew men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, originally named Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Though far from their homeland, they remained faithful to the God of Israel. They rose to positions of influence due to their wisdom, courage, and integrity. But Babylon was a land of many gods, and the king had grand ambitions of his own. A statue and a command, King Nebuchadnezzar built a colossal statue, 90 feet high and 9 feet wide, made of gleaming gold. It stood as a symbol of his power and pride. He summoned leaders from across the empire to a grand dedication ceremony. A herald proclaimed in a loud voice, "People of every nation and language, when you hear the music, horn, flute, zither, lyre, harp, and all kinds of instruments, you must fall down and worship the golden image. Whoever does not will be immediately thrown into a blazing furnace." Standing when others bow, the music sounded. Trumpets blared. The crowd fell to their knees, except three figures who remained standing. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stood tall, refusing to bow. They would not worship an idol, even under threat of death. Word quickly reached the king, and his fury burned hotter than the furnace itself. Fellow believer, if you are faced with the challenge these three men are faced with, what will you do? Will you bow or stand your ground? Will you fidget or stand firm in faith? Will you renounce Christ or say no to the threat of the devil? Brought before the king, the men stood calm and firm. "Is it true you do not serve my gods? I will give you one more chance. Bow when the music plays, or be thrown into the fire. What God can rescue you from my hand?" The three men replied, "O King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves in this matter. If we are thrown into the furnace, the God we serve is able to save us, and he will rescue us. But even if he does not, we want you to know that we will not serve your gods or worship the golden image you have set up." Their words stunned the court. Defiance of this kind was unheard of. Despite the threat of the king, despite the blazing furnace before them, these three courageous men stood their ground. You know why? It's because they know and believe in the God they serve. Do you know the God you serve? Into the fire, the king, enraged, ordered the furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual. The stronger soldiers of his army tied the three men and threw them into the fire. The heat was so intense that the flames killed the soldiers who approached it. But as the king watched, astonishment spread across his face. Nebuchadnezzar cried out, "One there are 3 men we tied up and threw into the fire. Look! I see 4 men walking in the fire, unbound and unharmed, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Can you see that? One thing about God is that he's always there for everyone who believes strongly in him. He will never let his own down, never. Look at that miracle, a blazing furnace that was heated 7 times hotter than usual. To tell you the truth, no one can withstand such flame, no one, but these 3 men did. That's how great our God is. Delivered without a burn, Nebuchadnezzar approached the furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." The 3 men walked out, untouched by the flames. Their robes were unscorched, their hair was not singed, and they didn't even smell like smoke. The officials gathered in awe. It was a miracle. The king made a new decree: "Praise be to the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel and rescued his servants. They trusted him and defied my command, willing to give their lives rather than worship any god but their own. No other god can save in this way. Therefore, anyone who speaks against their God will be punished, for he is the Most High God. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were promoted to higher positions in Babylon, honored for their faith and courage. Have you seen that now? Whatever challenges you are faced with, either in your workplace or wherever, perhaps your boss threatened to sack you if you refuse to sleep with him. Don't panic, just trust in your God and don't compromise your faith. You will see how God will show up for you.
Thanks for watching. I'm sure you've been blessed by the video. Please do well to like, share, and subscribe.